Welcome back, my awesome creators. Today is part 2 of our series, Canva Tutorial for Beginners. So in today's tutorial, we're going to learn how to create a custom size design and make something from scratch all on your own. Are you ready? Let's go. All right, my creators. So as always with Canva, you want to start on the home page. And so instead of using a template this time, we are going to create something from scratch, and you can choose whatever size that you want. So over here on the left-hand side where it says create at the very top, this is what we're going to be using. We are going to create our own size document. Now, once we chose that plus sign, this is what will open up. It's another kind of dashboard or menu. So on the left-hand side, again, we're going to choose custom size. And you'll notice some of the stuff that's here was also on the home page of Canva. So it just lets you know how Canva is so easy to use because you can access different templates and things that you need from a lot of different places. So don't be surprised if you see the same things in different places. But right now, we're just going to choose custom size. And when we do that, it now gives us the option of either some recent sizes that you may have created. So I have recently created some images and different things using these sizes, but you can also choose a new size or your own size if you want. Now, the units are either in pixels or inches or millimeters or centimeters. So you can choose whatever you want. Now, pixel sizes, if you don't know, is a reference to, it's really a size, but sometimes images are regarded as pixel sizes because that helps to determine the resolution of the file. But that's a little further on, so we don't have to worry about that right now. For now, let's just choose inches since everybody is familiar with that. And let's say we're going to create I don't know, maybe you want to create an invitation, right? Maybe a 5x7 or 4x6. So let's type in here 5 for the width and 7 for the height. And once we do that, it will give us the option of creating a new design, or it will give you some options here. You see these? So we can choose either of those. Now, let's just choose create a design, and then we'll go back later and I'll show you what will happen if you choose any of the suggested ideas, okay? I just want to create a new design because I want it to be completely from scratch. So let's click on create new design. So once we created that workspace or that page, this represents a 5x7. It looks large, but once you print it out, it would actually be a 5x7. And over here on the bottom, on the right-hand side, where you see this 171%, I just have it zoomed in so that you can see a little better as I am teaching. But you can reduce the size, you can make it even larger, up to 500%. So whatever works for you, but we're going to just keep it a little larger just so that you can kind of see what I am doing kind of step by step. So now what we're going to do, we're going to create our design. Now, again, here's our 5x7 page. And normally when you create a page, this design tab over here on the left-hand side, this will be open already for you. So you can choose from templates if you want. That's another way. Remember I told you in Canva, you can find the same thing in so many different places. So they've got some templates here for you if you decide, oh, I'm a little stuck, I want to use a template. But for the purpose of this video, we are not going to use a template. We are actually going to create our own design, okay? So we're going to go over to the Elements tab, which is right under the Design tab. And what I want you to remember is that if you don't have Canva Pro, some of the elements are not available to you, but I'm going to try my best to find free elements for you so that if you right now choose not to get Canva Pro, you are able to still follow along and use the same elements that I am using. Now, while I'm on the Elements tab, in the search box, I'm going to type in background papers. And let's see what comes up. And we want the free element. So one thing about Canva, right here where you see these three bars, if you click on here, you can choose free, and then only the free elements will come up. So I have, you can either use graphics, photos, or videos. So since this is going to be an invitation, and let's make this a printable invitation, so we obviously would not use the videos. So let's click on graphics and let's see what comes up. So you can just scroll down and find whatever paper or design element that you would like. So let's see, they have quite a few even under the free. Let's use this blue and white. That's pretty. Okay, so when you click on something in Canva, it's going to automatically just pop over on the page. So I'm going to click on something else. It popped over on the page. If I don't want that, the menu bar for each element, if you click on it, will appear up top. Okay, so I don't want this one. So I'm going to click on this trash can so that I can get rid of it. And let me make this a little larger so you can see. Here's the trash can, okay? This one is the duplicate key. This is to lock or unlock, and this is to make comments. And these are like your own comments that you might make to guide yourself along. But we don't want this, so I'm going to click on the trash can, all right? So let me zoom back out so that you can see the whole page. And now, while I am selecting this element right here, I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose to set this as the background. Okay, so we have set this as the background. Now, maybe we want to add something else. Maybe this is this looks like bridal shower paper or something, or even a baby shower. So let's type in bride and let's see. Okay, so we got a lot of elements for brides. So again, you just kind of scroll down and see, whatever you may want or see some different options for you to choose from. So let's make this like a bridal shower invitation. So I'm going to choose this one. And some of the colors you can actually change on here. And also, if you want to move anything around on Canva, you just literally hold your mouse key down and just kind of move it around. All right, so you can place it wherever you want. So I think I can choose the color on some of their dresses. So maybe I want to change this reddish color to maybe, oh, it makes it completely blue. So no, I don't want to do that. So let me undo that. So we'll just leave this as is. Now, just so you know, you can also add photos, okay? So let me click on photos over here. And if you want to type in, let's type in bridesmaids. Canva owns the company Pixels, Pixels. I think maybe you've heard of that, maybe not, but they own that company and they provide free stock photo for you to use. Now, you cannot sell the stock photo or any images or any designs that you create using the stock photo, but you are free to use it for yourself for personal reasons. Now, I think I like the photos better, so I'm going to delete this image right here. And again, I'm going to click on the trash can. So let's choose an image over here. Let's see. No, I don't like that trash can. Let's see about this one. Don't quite like that. So we just want to find something here. Oh, before I even find a picture, let me show you something about the background. If you click on edit, you can actually, sometimes you can actually change the filter. So if I click over here, let me do that again. I'm going to click on edit and a menu is going to open up and I'm going to choose the filter and I'm going to choose see all. Now, when you do that, you see you can change this to a different color if you like. So let's keep our original. So let's just duplicate this page so we have our original intact. Okay, so our original is now on page 2. Let's go back up to page 1. Let's click on edit again and let's go to the filters and let's change this to maybe a pink or rose color. Let's see. Oh, I like the orange. That's pretty. Or purple. Whatever color you want to choose, you can do that. I just wanted to show you that. So I'm back over here on my photos tab and I type in bridesmaids fun. And let's click on this one. I like this because it has some diversity to it. And we are going to remove the background. Now, I want to caution you, background remover is only a pro feature, okay? So if you don't have a background remover, let me show you something that you can do in order to not have this entire picture there, okay? So first we're gonna grab the edge of the picture and we're gonna, you see how I did that? We're just gonna kind of go in a little bit. All right, so now let me move this down. Two things. Let me make this a little bigger. You see their dresses are kind of pink. So I think I want this background to be kind of pink. Remember, we just talked about changing the colors. So if I click on edit, I'm going to choose filters and I'm going to go down here and let's make this more of a pink color. I think that is the closest to pink. We can intensify it or not. Let's keep it intense. All right, so now let's get out of that. Let me zoom out. All right, so now we're going to pretend that we do not have the pro version of Canva. And now I'm going to go over to my Elements tab over here on the left-hand side. You see it all the way on the left. I'm going to click on Elements and I'm going to click the X to clear out the word bride. And now I'm going to type in frame. Now I'm going to show you some magic. You see right here where it says frames? These are Canva frames and so are these, okay? So let's choose one of these. Let's choose on See All under the mockups. And it gives us a lot of different frames that we can use. And we're going to put this picture inside of the frame. So let's click this one. All right, so this is a Canva frame. And these are free or free for all users, okay? Now, the good thing about frames, if you take a photo and put it inside of there, let's see, is this one not working? Why isn't that working? I don't know why this is not working. Bring to front. There it is. Okay, so, and you know what? I'm sorry. I went a little fast on that. So let me undo. Okay, undo again. What happened was the picture was behind the frame. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter whether it's in front or not. It just took a little time. So once you click the photo and put it on top of the frame or behind the frame, it's going to automatically pop that photo inside of the frame. Now, it's a little bit too much to the right. So what I want to do is I want to double click inside of here. Something went wrong. What went wrong? My computer is bombing out on me. I'm trying to move this picture around and my computer is crashing out on me, guys. Okay, so when you double click, you shouldn't have the problem that I had. That was my computer. Now it allows me, it opens up so that I can crop the photo or move it around. So I just want to move this a little over to the left-hand side like that. And I want to say apply changes. So when I do that, it's going to refocus the image. So there it is. So there's our picture inside of a frame. Okay. So this is cute. This is a nice Canva feature. All right, so let's move this like this, or actually let's put this on the bottom. And now let's add some text to this. And I might change this background. Um, in fact, let's go over to photos and let's type in wedding flowers, white and pink. Okay, so I'm going to change the background because I don't like this with this particular frame. So I'm going to change that background. Let's see. That's not quite what I'm looking for. That's not quite what I'm looking for. And you notice it's changing the color of the background. See, the original, if you look over here on the left-hand side, is white. But remember, we had a filter on. So I want to remove that filter. So I'm going to choose none. Okay. All right. I think that's more of what I'm looking for. And let me see if I can edit the background, or let me change the color. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, we don't want to do that. So let me undo that. I just want to keep my background. And up here, we're going to add some text now. Okay. So now let's click again on the left-hand side. This is your friend. This is your menu. This is where you will get everything that you need from Canva. So let's click on text. And let's choose a text. Now, down here are some font combinations, and a lot of these are already, you'll see they're premium. So if you have a free account, you can't use it. But there are some that are free. But for right now, we're not going to use that. We're just going to add a text box, and then we're going to choose some text from Canva. So let's type in here, join, can I type today? Join in on the fun for Melissa. Okay, let's leave that like that. Now I want to change this font. Let's change this, and we click on the font box right here. And all the different font styles are going to open up on the left-hand side. Now, I know that I mentioned in the first video, but I think it's worth mentioning again, anything with a crown on it, you can't use, okay? So uploaded fonts, you cannot upload fonts if you have a free version of Canva, but it does separate the different fonts for you. These are my uploaded fonts right here, and you'll see I have tons of them. I keep scrolling down. Okay, and then these are the popular fonts. So these are Canva fonts, okay? So anything that's in your font menu box and it does not have a crown on, you can use. So we're going to find something that's kind of like a script type font. Let's see. I want to find something free. So let's see what we can come up with. Jonathan. Okay, that's kind of pretty, but I'm not sure if I want that one. Okay, I scroll down some more. I want to change it. So while my text box is selected, I can choose something else. So let me play with this one. Okay, I think that one I like a little better. And what I'm doing here, I'm just kind of moving the text box around and choosing the size that I want. All right, so we'll leave this like this. Now, the text boxes, you can widen those. You can also, if you click on this advanced setting right here, you see right above, okay? This is the main menu, okay? So I want to click on this advanced setting. And what I want to do, I want to space the lines out a little more. So I'm going to put it, I think, to maybe 1.6. And if you can't get it to move exactly to where you want, you can type it in there. So every time I do this, it jumps too much. All right, so I'm just going to type in here 1.6. And then I'm going to hit my tab key and click off of the text box. Okay, there we go. Join in on the fun for Melissa. Now we want to add another text box. Doesn't matter which one you choose because you can always change the font. So the text boxes are over here on the left-hand side. So we're going to type in here the location. So let's say it's at Melissa's house. We're going to put the address in here, 123 Anywhere Street, and anywhere, comma, state. All right, and then this is a little wide, or not wide, but it's a lot of space in between the lines. So I want to reduce those lines. And I also want to change the font. So Canva Sans is the default text for Canva. So let's change this. Let's make this something free. That's a little too thick. Poppins is a little too thick. Let's do Garrett. Let's see how that looks. I want something thin. No, I don't want the seasons because it's a little too scripty or scripty. Is that a word? Let's just choose Poppins, okay? And we're going to take off the bold and we are going to make this smaller. And then I'm going to widen the text box, keeping this in the middle. Here's the alignment tab. Okay, so if I click on it, it goes to the left, click again, and it puts it wherever you want it to be. Okay, now let's duplicate this text box. If you click on the text box, you have the small menu that comes up. I'm going to duplicate it by using the plus key. And in here, we're going to say RSVP to Sheila by August 31st, August 29th, 2025. Okay, we have to put a date for when this event is. I think this one I'm going to justify to the left. And I'm going to move this text box over some. I'm going to make it a little smaller. You can make it smaller by using the decrease font size box right here. Then you can keep it in the middle. Okay, we keep it in the middle because we made the font smaller. You see that pink line? Again, that is showing me that this is in the middle of the page. I showed you that on the first video, but that's how we learn. We keep repeating everything that we have been taught, okay? And we're going to say, we're going to give a phone number, 123-456-7890. Okay, and we're going to center that. All right, I don't like this white background, so let's make this a different color. if we can. But in order to do that, okay, here's the thing, and this is what you need to learn. So this is a learning thing. This whole thing is the background. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to, actually, I'm going to keep this as the background because I want to do things that put me on the paid version, but we are trying to work from the free version. So in order to get away from the stark white, we can go over to elements, and I'm going to type in Bokia. And that's just kind of a like a graphic that you can put on top of things. So let's see. I want to type in maybe pink Bokia. Well, let's see if that works. Yeah. Okay. Make it a little festive. Yeah, and that just keeps it from being so very white on the back. Now, I can make this a little lighter by clicking on the transparency and changing the transparency some because I don't want it to overpower the text. I just wanted a little background. You know what? I see another one. I think this is prettier over here on the left. So I'm going to click on the first one. I'm going to just press the delete key, or you could have used the trash can as well. So here, I'm going to move this up. I'm going to widen it. Yeah, I like this better. Move it around. And again, I'm going to change the transparency so that it's a little lighter and not overpowering the text. Okay. So now we can either make this bigger, or you can add whatever you want on there. Okay. So now you have made a design. This is your invitation that you've made. And I think it's very pretty. Let me see. Move that over some. Okay. Very pretty. So there is your invitation. And if you want to download this, you would download and then print. And so on the next screen, I'm going to show you how you would download this. All right, my creators. So while we're on the same page, you want to click on share right here on the top on the right hand side. See that? Share. Click on share. Now, if you want to download and print these out, you want to download with a higher resolution. However, I believe in order to download with a higher resolution, I think this has to be a pro version of Canva. So yeah, it does. See the crown right here? So if you don't have a pro version of Canva, you can only download it as a size 1, which means the resolution is a little smaller, but it's okay because usually with Canva, the resolution is pretty good. So you can test it out for yourself, okay? If you have a pro version of Canva, you can change this resolution up to 3.125, and it just makes it a little more crisp, okay? But the great thing about Canva and the technology nowadays, most people don't even physically send out invitations. They usually just kind of, put it on social media. But you can still print this if you want. Maybe you are going to post it up physically somewhere, or you're going to give it to your neighbors or whatever. You're just going to print it out at home yourself. So you would, like I said, click on share, and you're going to download this as either a PNG or JPEG or a PDF. And you can choose what you want by clicking on the arrow here. So we're just going to choose a PNG. We're going to keep it at 1 because we're pretending like this is a free version of Canva, and we do not want both pages. So I'm going to choose current page 1 only. And then when I have chosen a page, I'm going to click on done. And when you click on done, you then choose download. And in the bottom, you can see that it's now downloading. So now it's complete, and you can go to wherever your downloads are for your computer, and that's where your download should be. All right, my creators, I hope that you got something from this video as well. This was part 2, and we are going to continue this series, so please stay tuned and look for part 3. I will leave all of my links in a pinned comment as well as the description. In the meantime, you know what I'm going to tell you. The more we create, the less we hate. And I will see you in the next video.